All right, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to the first episode back of Where's My Skate Tool?
Yeah.
And we have Marshall and Alex here. What is it? One Tough Muff and Incredimation.
Yeah.
Make sure you go check them out on Instagram. Alex,
Yeah.
thank you for joining us.
Yeah. Thanks for having me. This is pretty awesome to be on here.
Yeah, man. So first things first, your last trip to NC netted some pretty amazing footage, and it seems that it's come out in the form of this no trespassing video, and I'm very, very stoked about it.
Yeah. So exactly like last time I was in North Carolina, surprisingly, was it was during spring break, it's been a few months, but we got a bunch of footage on that trip, and I just spent the last couple of months kind of visiting and revisiting the footage, putting it through the works to find out if there was something I could create that I really liked, and I'm really kind of satisfied with the end product. So
yeah, I would say that the end product was something that we both enjoyed.
Yeah,
Marshall and I have watched it
well
twice.
Yeah, I'm glad you're stoked on it, and I'm glad you watched it more than once, because if everyone watched it more than once, then we get twice the view count. So
yeah. I can anticipate this will be one of those things that we probably watch like twice.
Yeah.
A day, maybe
twice.
like once a day. Like it's gonna be a regular thing.
Yeah.
On my YouTube feed.
Yeah, I just wish it could have been a little bit longer, but I guess that's I wanted it to be really all the stuff that I thought was like the very best from that trip. I could have easily made that video like 15 minutes long, but I really wanted it to be the best of the best. So
yeah, totally. I feel you. It was a good video. I was stoked on it, and especially I was stoked when you came down here. That was the last thing I expected to do, was film those last couple days too.
Yeah,
it was actually kind of cold, but it all worked out. Weather was great.
Yeah. Dude, that clip of you going into that one left-hand turn, you were the open-hander, the slow-mo shots that you got, Alex.
I think it was me, David, and Dakota. Yeah, that one was really good.
Yeah.
The top left elk.
Yeah. Super rare footage of Dakota skateboarding.
Yeah, the dude doesn't like to get filmed. I love him though, but he doesn't want to get in front of the camera. So he's like Tool Man, right? Sam Taylor. Also someone who just super finesse skateboarder, doesn't really like to get filmed, I feel like, but he's the homie. So but he's also super good.
There's a couple of guys I know that are like that, and for one reason or another, I think that just makes them that much cooler to see.
Yeah,
you get to capture them.
For sure. I really do respect it. Like, even as someone who, like, I love filming videos, and I'm always feel like I'm pressuring people to an extent to get in front of the camera, and I know it's really a hassle if you don't like getting filmed. The people who do it not for the clout, but just for the enjoyment, and just the love of skateboarding, and don't really care if there's footage of them out there, I really do respect that hustle.
Yeah, totally. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, well, I mean, of course, some people don't like getting in front of the camera, but I mean, it used to be like that for like the first 2 years of skating. I did not want to see myself skate anything. It was so bad. I was like, this is not what I want to do. But now it's just a normal thing, and it's mainly to see myself skate and get my friends and watch me skate, like who actually who aren't skateboarders or into downhill.
So it's like a portfolio piece.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah. And then other things happen. Got sponsored, and now I definitely always stand in front of the camera. But it's just normal. It's just fun. It's so much fun. It's so much fun. You get that like a crazy adrenaline pump right before you drop. You're like, oh my god, this is gonna be a lot.
Yeah. Well, shout out to Ethan too, to keeping you stocked up on your
and stuff like that. Shout out to Ring-A-Ting Wheels.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are hooking me up fat with wheels. I've been smoking the fuck out of them.
Yeah.
Smoked like I think 5 sets in Tennessee in 2 days of skating.
Yeah, we sent those runs over, so we should be seeing those come out soon.
Yeah, that's crazy. Tell me about that trip. I saw that you guys were there with Cole Trotta.
Yeah. So it was a good trip. So it was like me and Tyler and David and Matt in the car, and then Cole and Phil Sachs, and then old man Spud, Luke. We all drove out there. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun. Y'all went go-karting too that night?
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah. We that was Tyler, Cole, Phil, Spud, Luke, and David.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
And that was just an absolute hoot. And yeah, we went go-karting as well. And it was just, in general, we hit as many roads as we possibly could. We were trying to show off a little bit.
Yeah. We hit all the good ones. God, man, BFG was so much fun. And then I think it was the later that day we went to Silver Surfer.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was horrifying.
Yeah, that road looks gnarly as hell.
Oh, it's so scary, man. It's like the steepest thing ever. You're looking at the top of houses and mountains, and every you kick out a slide, and then you slide nonstop the whole entire time. Like the whole entire road, you're sliding pretty much. It's insane. It's scary as fuck.
Yeah. It's one of those things where as soon as you step onto your board and begin procuring any momentum, you could immediately start sliding and you're going to go for 15, 20 feet.
Yeah, that's crazy. Roads like that are just so dangerous, and you're like, it's got the fences too. That's what gets me about the road is that they're just like two fences on either side, so you know you're not going into the grass. If you go off, you're going into a fence. So.
Oh yeah, and it's heavy,
super unforgiving.
No.
And a lot of the roads there are that way too. You know, there's the it's got the concrete sides to it. Belly's got all of the rocks that are on the side, which makes that road a lot more
parts of the road are starting to go away too on the Belly now.
Yeah, it's starting to fall apart.
Yeah, but yeah, and all the pavement out there is just like dude, it eats your wheels and it eats at your skin, dude. It's so coarse, it's so gnarly, but it's some of the best pavement ever.
Yeah, it's what was that Edward Cullen?
Yeah,
sparkles in the sunshine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
that was a good trip. Yeah, unfortunately, I actually got hurt. I was skating at night and slipped, hit my face and my hand and my leg. Got road rash on my stomach. It was pretty ugly.
Yeah.
Not happy about that, but it was a good trip. I knew that trip before summer's over. So
yeah, it was
for sure.
It was a proper Tennessee rip. It was something that I feel like we definitely needed as a squad to just get out and kind of get out of Asheville and get out of the normal routine of just going to Elk and Town Mountain and yada yada. You know, just hit the roads that we talk about. We don't actually go to that often.
Yeah.
BFG is always a fucking hootenanny, man. That road is.
It is, man. But God, it's. I every time I go there, I'm so stoked on it, but I forget how narrow it is every time I'm there. I forget how it bottlenecks in some areas where it's just like you're about a foot away from a car when you pass the car.
Yeah, it's like a more hectic GRC stretched out a bit.
Oh yeah.
It's like a GRC and Elk had a weird fast baby.
Yeah. we skated GRC, I think, when you were here, didn't we, Alex?
Yeah. That was like the one time I just put down the camera and I was just like, I'm gonna skateboard, and that road is really sick.
It's a really good road to make that decision on.
So out of all the roads you came here, what was your favorite when you skated here?
That was literally, I was so intent on getting the footage for the video that I basically did so little skateboarding. I guess I skated Horizon, which I've been down to Asheville 2 times now, or 3 times. I guess 2 times. And yeah, those were like, I mean, it was basically when we were sessioning. And then other than that, as soon as we went to serious stuff, like I had the camera out because the film game out in Asheville is so different than other places. Like, I mean, it's just the nature of the skateboarding, but you don't get like multiple chances. Like I had to be out there because we were only going to get maximum like 2 or 3 runs at most spots. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, one and done culture is very prominent out here.
Yeah. There are enough spots though that it's enjoyable. It's not like you do like 3. There are places like I feel like upstate New York. There are like 4 roads, 4 of which are one and dones, and you do the one and dones, and then you're done skating by lunch because you've just run out of roads. You know, whereas Asheville, you don't run out of roads. There are a million spots. You know, so
yeah. I think I did it's like a 20-something road loop not that long ago with the boys. It was really good.
Yeah, that's insane.
I mean, me and Bailey did like a 17 road loop up in Boone. You just hit everything. You just do a big old circle and hit everything one and done. So much fun.
Yeah, that's
that would be next level.
Yeah, that is truly next level.
Yeah, I bet you. I mean, I want to see how many I could really do in a day. Just wake up real early at the ass crack of dawn.
Well, and a lot of it doesn't necessarily have to do with your ability to get out to the spot. More of the spot's ability to let you in, or the conditions to be right for you to be in. Whether the gate being open, or you being able to jug it at the time when nobody's around. There's a lot of conditions like that to some of the roads in North Carolina, and they don't always play in our favor, but sometimes they will. And I find that it's super in line with people coming to visit, proper people to come to visit. You know, it's like never have any issues at Jitterbug recently, and we don't have issues at Dump Truck, and it's like all of these people have been coming to visit, and we go to skate roads that typically are hot for some reason, and it's just we've been banging them out, and we haven't had too many problems, and just knock on wood, you know. I'm grateful for it because we've just been getting an immense amount of good footage.
Yeah, did you guys manage to get the gate open at Jitterbug? Or
I think it was open.
Yeah.
It's like it's like an old cow gate, you know.
Yeah. Because I remember when we went there when I was down there, it was they put like a new lock or something, and we couldn't get in.
It was there up until very recently.
Yeah.
David, I think, was the one that found it, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, David found out there wasn't a lock on it, and then we just did a couple. They did a couple runs and went and skated it. It's a crazy road, man. Jitterbug is. Red road's no joke. Also, that's
one of those roads that you could start fresh at the top, stretched, ready to go, and by the end of it, you'll be like, I need to take a lunch break. Like, I need to stop for a few minutes.
Yeah. But yeah, we can get into Jitterbug. I think maybe still. I don't know. I don't know. You got to show up and find out, I guess.
Yeah, Alex, when's the next time you're gonna come visit us?
So I was actually planning on coming and visiting in the next few weeks, but it's not going to happen because I hurt myself really badly. And
what happened?
Oh man. So basically, the kind of general thing is I dislocated one shoulder, and then when I was going to get checked out, I'd been having issues with the other shoulder just hurting from a previous fall, and the doctor told me I also had a torn labrum in the other shoulder. So I'm we'll see, I'm doing like physical therapy and stuff right now, but one shoulder surgery, potentially two in the near future. So I'm not going to be on a board for a long time.
Oh man.
It's a bummer.
That is a bummer.
So, not to dig too deep into it, but what is that going to do to impact your ability to hold a camera rig?
Nothing, because I'm out of the sling for the shoulder dislocation. I can hold, my camera's pretty small, so I haven't been having any issues. If worse comes to worse and I need one shoulder surgery, hopefully just one, that'll be like 4 weeks in a sling, but it'll be over the winter when I wouldn't be going to film anything anyway. And then by spring, I would be hopefully good to go again. But yeah, holding a camera isn't difficult. The skateboarding part really is obviously impossible. So, but I'm glad that I can still film stuff. I still have a way to kind of engage with the sport, so to speak. Yeah, so it's not like I'm just going to drop off the face of the earth, because I know a lot of people, when they get broke off, they just disappear.
Don't. We need you, man.
Yeah. No. I'm not going anywhere.
That's what TeamBrokeOff's for, man. We keep you in the loop, man. We want you to stay here with us. We want you to come film with us. We want you to come hang out with us. I don't care if your shoulder's torn, you can't skate. Come and film with us. Come hang out.
Yeah, for sure. And maybe I'll still be able to do it in the next 2 weeks if I spontaneously send down there, but it would only be for a few days. Otherwise, probably not until later this fall. So
yeah, of course,
we'll be looking forward to it whenever it happens.
Yeah.
So one of the things I kind of wanted to get your insight on recently is, because I'm a little partial, I'm a little biased, if I might be completely honest. And I'm going to say that no trespassing video is probably the best edit that's dropped this year. Would you, in any capacity, be able to argue for a sub 10-minute video that might be a competitor to what you've created?
Oh my God. Man. Don't put me in the spot, Matt, please.
Okay, so maybe I can ask a better question. If people just got done watching No Trespassing and they want to go watch another fire video that just dropped this year, what would you play?
Give me a second. I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna look at what I've watched, because there have been fire videos this year. I mean, it's I know it's August, but let me just go
we're gonna check it out too. I'm gonna look one up. Marshall, do you have anything maybe on your Instagram or something like that you find?
It's just I think the main thing is people aren't making longboard, or I guess downhill skateboarding videos in the way that they once did. So the amount of selection, the selection here is just so much smaller. I mean, right off the top of my head, I can just go on the Caliber trucks. Like, okay, so Tom's World, right? That video is so much like that is the best video of the year objectively. Jack Boston killed it. I will. I might have 2 non-functional shoulders, but I will fist fight anyone who says that a better video than Tom's World this year. I'm sorry. So that right off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Yo,
they did a
Downhill
great
Skateboarding
job.
Exposed 6.
Yes.
Right? Or was it 6 or 5?
5. I mean, that video is fire. I just realized, I guess D Cruise was at the very beginning of the year, or maybe it was last year. I'm not sure, but
I think it was the beginning of this year. D Cruise was really good.
Yeah, that video was sick.
It was better than Exposed 5, though.
No.
Exposed 5 is just so
all of it.
rancid and raunchy. It's exactly what downhill skateboarding needs to be reminded of. It's like everything that Bryson and all of those guys from fucking Canada and all of the OG downhill skateboarders were into, and it's like very much a reminder of the go fuck yourself attitude that downhill skateboarding has, and I always like that.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just looking through my YouTube. There has to be something else. I've definitely watched more than one downhill skateboarding video in the past year.
But it is only August. I did start a little bit early, but I wanted to make sure that there was a conversation to be had amongst ourselves and amongst anybody else that was interested, in the comments below, or just anybody that's listening and amongst the friends.
I can't think of a specific video off the top of my head, but I know Jake Kuick has really been putting in work this year, and his videos are consistently good.
Yeah, all of Jake's videos, I have so much respect for.
Wow, that California trip video that he put together, I didn't forget about that one. That was phenomenal.
That was sick, and I really first of all, I appreciate Jake for the support that he's given me, because he is always first of all, he's always in the comments gassing me up, which I appreciate, but also just like when we hang out at events, he's a phenomenal filmer and skateboarder and friend, and I'm happy that he does his shit because it's awesome. So
completely agree.
Yeah, fully.
So, is there anybody else right now? I know something else that really stuck out to me this year was a short video of a micro, or I think they call it like a tiny whoop or cine whoop quadcopter following Lotfi while he was doing a dance, like downhill dance video. And he grabbed the camera out of the air. That fucked me up. I'm sorry, pardon my French. That was outstanding.
Yeah, is that a loaded video or?
I think it was a loaded video.
Yeah, I know.
Loaded video or People Are Awesome video.
Yeah, I think it's definitely I think it was a loaded video. I think it was the one Ethan did this year for the new board or something. I'm not positive, but I know he put in a lot of work on that video, and there was for a downhill video, like a pretty high budget and stuff. And is that the one where they went out to the desert? I'm not positive. Maybe it's different. I don't know.
No, that's a different video. This is a lighter budget video. You can just look up Lotfi and then type in tiny whoop drone, and you'll find a video of him dancing and this drone just flying around this little complex that he's dancing through. And it gets so close to him, it flies underneath the board, it flies right around him, and then he grabs it out in front of him and snatches it.
That's sick. Yeah, that's crazy.
So sick.
This is random, but did y'all see the video of the guy skating with his pet goose? Have you seen that?
No, what?
No,
I was to it at the bottom. Here, let me go look it up real quick. What is
it's on Instagram, and I'm not sure I could find it right off the top of my head, but I was just on the gram, just lurking, and in the suggested thing, this raw run of this guy skating and his pet goose flying alongside, and I was like, this isn't real. This is a green screen or something.
You're talking about a downhill video, right?
Yes, this is a downhill video. This dude going 35, 40 miles an hour with his goose. It was crazy. I'm gonna see if I can find it.
I have to find this video now.
Try YouTube.
We're gonna find this for sure.
Yeah, because when I find it, I'm gonna then tell everybody what the link is, and then we're all gonna watch it together.
Did you type in downhill goose?
I did type in downhill goose. Okay, I thought that would have been sufficient, but I very clearly was not capable of finding it then.
I don't think you're gonna find it off that, unfortunately, but I will find it and we will get this linked because you guys have to see this. I was just awestruck. I couldn't even
Get it
like
by the
wrap
end of the day. It's on the internet. It's on the internet. It'll be fine.
yeah, for sure.
So, you know, you and I were talking about a project that we wanted to do in the future, and I think that working on long form videos, long form, kind of like Tom's World, or something that has like an overarching story, something that has like a feel or a vibe that isn't just raw runs, which is all I've been putting out recently, and I don't have any problem with that because I've just been focused on a lot of other personal stuff. But it's what I can do to contribute, and it's what I can do to kind of like help bolster you guys in terms of like the community.
Yeah.
So
low-key gassing me up.
Yeah, man, I'm just like, keep it throttle up. But I think that having some other form of communication with the audience, at least, between like there's television, right, and then there's video, and there's television and movies, and I think that what I put out is like short, like television, and I think that what this is kind of like a movie, and I think something longer to tell the story of the area is something that's necessary, and I think that it would be interesting to see it in a series. Almost like how Viceland does stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
Like different regions, and the New York side of it, and the Quebec side of it, and the Vancouver side of it, and the Cali side of it, and the North Carolina side. I think it would just be rather interesting. I feel like they missed out just a little bit only by doing Canada in that one video, but
yeah,
a bit of it. You know what I'm talking about, right?
I'm.
The Vice, there was like a Vice video about downhill skateboarding.
Oh, was there? I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, you should check it out. It was actually pretty good. It was what's the guy's name? Fuck, he's like the pro skateboarder that did he was like doing it. Like Viceland longboarding, and then oh my god,
they tried to get him to skate. It was
who the fuck? What's his name?
Shuriken Shannon.
Shuriken Shannon.
He's a street skater. He's really well known. He's really good, and
yeah, they put him in leathers.
Yeah, they put him on tuna and gave him like.
Oh man, that's gnarly. Tuna's gnarly. One thing I learned. Yeah, I was in LA over the summer and I got to skate tuna for the first time. That road is like it's gnarly. Like they don't.
What did you think of it? I've actually never been. I've just heard a lot about it from everyone.
Oh man, this is going to be controversial. How about we start with Matt says what he thinks about tuna?
Oh, believe me, I'm going to start out a controversial statement, and I'm going to say this. If it wasn't a one-way, no, I'm going to change my statement. Pick a road that you like to skate, even just a little bit, and now turn it into a one-way, and then tell me that it's not better than tuna.
Yeah.
That's what I'll say.
So my take on it is, first of all, I only got to skate it basically for a week because after the first week was when I injured myself. So I didn't get to skate it in like the way that I wanted to because that road, like that is a road with a learning curve for sure. But what I'll say is this, which is that first of all, it's way like faster. Like what makes that road scary, I feel like, is that as soon as you start going fast, you start rumbling because the pavement is that weird slurry seal over like Malibu old pave. So you're like rumbling down the road.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And it's, I mean, I don't know. It's a sick road. I actually think it's a good road. I don't think like it's a bad road. I've heard some people say that, yeah, just tuna's bad. It's not enjoyable. It is like a fun road to skate. That said, like, I don't know. There's so many roads that I would rather skate all the time, like I would, if I could choose between GRC and tuna as my local, like I would just pick GRC and that road is so fun. But yeah, I don't think it's a bad road at all. And I think especially the locals who skate it, like they're so dialed on that road, they make it look super easy, especially Toolman. Toolman is ridiculous on tuna.
Oh yeah, Danny Mac's another guy that skates that road every single day.
Yeah, Danny Mac is also, they're both so good at skating tuna. It's a road that's so weird because you actually don't really have to slide much. at all. Like,
you can only like slide left at sometimes. Like you only
Yeah.
need to slide left. Or,
I would
right,
argue
whatever.
that people like the people that weigh anything over 160 pounds, like myself and you and maybe like Max Dubler, they do have to schlub a little bit. Like
Oh,
you
yeah.
got to carve
Yeah.
off some speed, man. You're
Sure.
going around those corners. And
yeah.
And I think I think David said this to me. He was like, "Well, it's a good road, but if it was in North Carolina, we probably wouldn't skate it." And he's right. I'm assuming he's right because all I would have just heard about the pavement. It's just
yeah.
but yeah, whatever.
The pavement isn't horrible. It's weird. It's a weird feeling. Also, it slides kind of strange because it's slurry seal.
Yeah.
I didn't get to skate any other roads because we only skated Tuna like before I was injured, but like I'm working on this video that I filmed on like Decker, and that road looks fire. Like that road is
That's the one that goes to the beach, right?
yeah, I mean all of them go to the beach, but Decker is like the one you see over and like you
Yeah.
can see the ocean. Yeah, and Decker has like two sides. That road looks so sick. I'm really
and then Corral is another one that has just appearance-wise is one of the most beautiful roads I've ever seen.
yeah.
Just scares the pea waddle doodle out of
Yeah, that road's super gnarly.
It's got this fucking 60 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour like left lean into a fast pitched right. So like you go around and it's like you're going and oncoming traffic's coming around and usually blowing its lane. So it's not the best case scenario. But I've seen guys like Tyler Howell just like shred the fuck out of that turn and make it look easy.
Yeah. That's pretty wild.
Tyler Howell, so.
Yeah.
So I think if it would be good for you, I'd like to close off with some advice from the person that we're talking to.
Of course.
I'd like to kind of like just probe your mind a little bit and ask,
All right.
what do you think we can do as a community to elevate the media that our friends and our families are consuming of ours? What is something we can do?
So like non-downhill skateboarders?
No,
Or
downhill skateboarders.
Downhill skateboarders, and then also non-downhill skateboarders.
Yeah.
Like, what's just one thing that in general can lift up the media as a whole? Like, if there is anything.
I think just like, I don't know. I think that a focus on just like raw runs are great and everything. And it's very like, they're very important for the community and stuff. But at the same time, I feel like there has kind of been a little bit of a stall in kind of the elevation of downhill skateboarding films as a whole, just because it's become so easy for people to film raw runs and it's so ubiquitous as just a medium. Not that there's anything wrong with filming raw runs, because they are very important and it is the easiest way to just show downhill skateboarding.
Yeah, of course.
But at the same time, integrating raw runs with different forms of media, I think, is fantastic. Things, I mean, obviously what we did with the car that day with like the 5 cameras, that was super sick.
That looked really cool, by the way.
That was so much fucking fun, man.
Was it like
I will do that any day.
What was it? 2 GoPros, your camera, his camera, and Chris's camera.
And then my 360 camera. No, there was 7 cameras on that.
I think there were 7 cameras. I think someone's phone might have been on that car.
Yeah, it was sitting on the windshield. Yeah, so it was 8.
Wow, that's gnarly.
But to be honest, actually, I think maybe even more important than you choosing different mediums is just like, I think that I don't even think this just goes for recording media, but this just goes for the downhill community as a whole, skaters and everything, is just being supportive of one another.
Of course.
Less like toxicity and just being positive. I think that if we were all just like super stoked on one another skateboarding and media, and there were like less weird cliques and rivalries, I think that as a whole, our community would be much better.
That is more profound and impactful than I think you even realize. I personally have dealt with that a lot, and when you go through it, you project it onto other people, and it just kind of produces this cycle of negativity. And it's best to drop that. And I think that very much, I completely agree with you that
fully.
it does need to be abandoned that idea that there needs to be some type of identity conflict between groups,
Yeah.
or the territorial conflict, West versus East or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's territory conflict. Like if out of towners come here and blow our spots, that's kind of lame.
Yeah, but I'm
That's
just saying,
different.
like,
That's different.
nobody needs to act more better than anybody else.
Never. No one is
and
better than anybody.
nobody, and then even within small sects, like for a while, everybody hated on guys like Liam, and I don't think that it was founded in a way, or that it was worth keeping around. And so when you hear people do it now, you're like, that's not necessary. So I've heard less of it. You hear less people doing that, or making memes or making jokes. It's usually about concepts now, and you can kind of see that in the meme pages themselves. Not to make the focus about that, but just in general.
Meme pages are lit, by the way.
Yeah. No, I definitely appreciate downhill meme pages.
What's your favorite meme pages?
Right? Oh, it's got to be uphill snowboarding. That I feel like that is consistently just the highest quality meme page for sure. I feel like my way of judging it is like I'll look at the memes, and if like 2 out of the 3 memes that they post are memes that make me laugh and I'm not like cringing, like then it's a good meme page. And uphill snowboarding definitely like hits the mark on that. There are definitely other meme pages where like 1 out of the 3 memes I'll be like, yeah, this is a good meme, and then the other ones are like, oh, like too meta, too much longboarding, we don't need to go there type shit,
Yeah, like way too much specifically about one very specific person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Going in on whatever.
Awesome. Well, Alex, thank you so much, man. I really, really do appreciate your time, and I fucking really appreciate you putting together that video. That specifically that part, like the zoom in and out, the slow mo shit.
That was good. That was
awesome.
a banger. That was a really good.
Dude, that was so fucking cool.
Thank you. Thank you.
If my phone wasn't a potato, I would repost it, but.
Yeah, no worries. You don't have to repost it. It's like, I mean, I have like 70 subscribers on YouTube. It's only for the real ones,
Yeah.
Like, no, it's just, I think my closing remarks here are that I don't do this for like the clout or the popularity. I really do it for the love of the sport and because I love making these videos. So in my opinion, it doesn't really matter if you guys or anyone watches it, because by making the video and releasing it, I've already achieved everything and all the personal satisfaction that I wanted out of it. So enjoy. That's my final word.
Alex, thank you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you providing us with the opportunity to enjoy something. You, as the chef, have created this beautiful meal for our eyes and our ears to enjoy. And believe me, I will be eating this up for the next few weeks for sure.
Thank you.
You're welcome, man.
Well, it's a pleasure talking to you. Please come back to North Carolina, man.
Yeah.
I will. I'll try. As soon as possible.
Yeah,
awesome.
Totally.
Alex, we'll follow up with you later, brother. But have an absolutely wonderful evening. And please bang our line as soon as you want to come down and let us know you always have a place to crash.
All right. Yeah.
All right, bud. Have a good one. See you
all right. Make it a good one. See you at the bottom. Bye-bye.
Make it a good one. See you at the bottom, brother.